Hey, what up? What up? You know what time it is, man. Every Saturday morning, get it. It's the best show in the country. The best sports talk radio show. Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan tap in. And they do it for the people. What up? 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 What up?
What up, lovely people around the world? Because that's what we're the best podcast in the nation. How are we doing this morning? I'm Kramer Sanson, one of your hosts. The other host to my left, I think it's my left. However you're watching, it's probably to my right. Who knows? Is Ryan. Ryan, good morning, man.
Hey, morning, Kramer. How's it going?
You know what? I've been living, I wouldn't say under a rock, but I've been glued to my TV screen because I can't get enough Winter Olympic coverage. It's
really
stuck with me. I love the Winter Olympics. It's my favorite one of them all. I know we already heard you voiced your reasons and opinions on the Olympics from last week, but I love the Winter Olympics over the Summer Olympics any day and every day, and I try to watch every single second of it.
I will say there's been a couple events that have been really fun. I didn't know they did double luge where they're like laying on top of each other. That was crazy to me. That was wild. The quad god figure skater guy has been pretty fun to watch. He's a little interesting. I don't know if we're going to talk on him. He's not that good, but he's also like technically amazing. So it's weird.
He's very overconfident and cocky. And I don't know if you watched the freestyle, but that boy, he fell twice. He fell twice.
I didn't even see that. No.
Yeah.
I also heard that his soundtrack is just him reading like motivational phrases.
That I did not know.
Yeah, he's just reading. Like he himself, as he's performing, is just reading quotes, and it's always these crazy things. It's like time is like a chain. You just got to keep on pulling. It's like, what are you talking about, man?
That's a hell of a quote to start the show off. By the way, happy Valentine's Day to people. It's nasty and wet in Kansas City right now. We already know it's going to be nasty and wet later on in the people's bedrooms probably because, November, there's a lot of babies being born in November this upcoming season, this upcoming year because of that said reason. Interesting. I'm a November baby. Good morning, man. There's a lot of things happening in the world. Seahawks, Super Bowl champions.
I feel like we did well with our bets.
We did well. I was live betting live interceptions with Drake May, and I hit both of them. And that one that was returned for a pick six, we were like concerned that it was a fumble, and like it didn't pay us out instantly. We had to wait like 5 to 10 minutes after the fact because they had to get the ruling going. But Drake May looked bad. The offensive line just did not keep him upright. And I'll tell you what, right now, which by the way, good morning, Chris. Good morning, man. I did a good job on making money during Super Bowl. It was nice. It was fun.
I did too. I wrote a lot of the Cooper Kupp bets that we talked about. He had an amazing game.
Yeah,
relative to his whole season. I think he had like 5 or 6 catches for 60-ish yards. I don't remember his exact stat line, but he balled out. JSN had a decent game, not amazing. And then I just kept live betting punts.
It's the good move.
Just drive result punt, and we were cashing out on that. At halftime, I did bet Drake May 2+ touchdowns, which ended up hitting, and maybe not exactly how I thought it would, but that was a pretty nice one. Yeah, it was a good game. It was maybe not the best game, but it was a good day for us, for our wallets.
By the way, Chris, go blue. Yes, seriously, go blue. Dusty May already 50 wins in as the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Like what is this? Like, my goodness, it's so awesome to watch Michigan play. Yeah, beat UCLA. Yeah, no, that's there's no reason for UCLA to win this game. But Ryan, this is the year. This is not the year. This is the seasons that I love the most. I know I talk a lot about football. I do. I love football, but I love baseball more than anything else. And man, we're getting the taste of seeing everything right now. And the Royals have a projected starting lineup. I am very intrigued and interested to hear how your take is on this, because there's one guy in this lineup. I'm truly shocked they didn't put him in the lineup by any means. This is by MLB. The opening day projected starting lineup for the Kansas City Royals as the Royal season and baseball season. Also, the Cardinals. By the way, the switch pitcher for the Cardinals already looks amazing, which is it's amazing. You can throw over 95 miles plus from each side of the arm. But for the Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City Royals lineup is looking like this: Leading off, Michael Garcia at playing third base.
Mhm.
Batting second, Bobby Witt Jr. at short. Batting third, Vinny Pasquantino at first. The cleanup hitter, Salvador Perez catching. The 5 spot, Isaac Collins out in left field. The 6th spot, Jonathan India playing second. The 7th, DH, Carter Jensen. Number 8, Lane Thomas in right field. And at the 9th spot, playing center field is Kyle Isbell. This is MLB's projected starting lineup. What was one name you did not hear me say during that entire time?
A guy that I think would not have been crazy to have bet for Rookie of the Year last year. Cags is not in there.
Dude, I don't get this. I don't know what the MLB doesn't see in this guy, but it's like what we see. I don't know if it's the hopefulness that we want to manifest Caglione to being the greatest baseball player of all time. I mean, you take him with I think it was the 6th or the 7th overall pick in a couple of years ago draft, and he made it to the majors. He did. He literally destroyed minor league. He destroyed AA. He destroyed AAA. He just couldn't get it done up in the majors. What I'm more concerned about is, as a Cardinals fan, a Cardinals truther, love the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't want to see the second reincarnation of Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker has been touted as being one of the better prospects in the Cardinals organization whenever he was brought up 3 years ago. He's 24 years old, and this is his prove-it year. If he's not, you got to piss or get off the pot and get him out of here. And this is basically the beginning of, at 24 years old, that's the new prime now in Major League Baseball. Jack Caglione, I think, is 22, 23, if I haven't mistakenly. But from what we saw, he's a good 4A player, and he just needs to make that transition, that next jump. And I think he gets that. He gets that done this year. But this is just laughable, the fact that MLB doesn't even think that he's even a starter going forward for this on opening day, to be exact.
Okay, it's a little hard with Carter Jensen, who came up and was awesome last year. Would you put him at DH Carter, or do you platoon him and Salvi? Like, it's hard because Salvador Perez is a Royals Hall of Famer, borderline MLB Hall of Famer. You have to have him in the lineup. So then it just becomes there's a little too many cooks in the kitchen. Do you replace a corner outfielder with Cags? I get it from the perspective of it's a little hard to figure out where to slot him in right now. But what do you do with him and Carter and everyone?
None offense to Isaac Collins or Lane Thomas at this moment. Lane Thomas is an absolute stud, though. I think Lane Thomas should be the center fielder over Kyle Isbell, but Kyle Isbell is going to be the guy that's everybody loves here around here, so I'm going to make sure he's in there. You got to get Cags in this lineup no matter how you can construct it. I don't have any faith in Jonathan India playing second. Hell, try to platoon, make Carter Jensen a second baseman, or make him because you need to have Salvador Perez's bat in the lineup each and every single night, or whether if it's him playing catcher, DHing, or at first base, because you know the Vinny's going to have some days off of rest, and you DH him when he's not playing the field. I think they have too many hands out there right now, and you need to have production. In order to be in the lineup, you better produce. And if he's going to do what he did last season and not basically produce at all, why are you in the lineup? You're not going to win us any games. I think he had, 7 home runs last season in a 4-month span in the majors. Carter Jensen had 1 month. He showed us flashiness of 3 weeks. You know how many times I've seen a player do that, and then the following season don't even do a lickety squat at the dish or even on defense? It's happened plenty of times in Major League Baseball. So I don't want to go be out there and say that he's going to tear up the world, catch the storm by fire, in Carter Jensen, because I just don't think he's going to be as hot as he was at the beginning of the end of last season. But Cags needs to go to the spring training, needs to go to the World Baseball Classic and just perform. And that can give us some sort of hopefulness of, okay, this guy's actually going to be a stud for the Kansas City Royals from here on out.
I have high hopes for 2 reasons. One, the Royals posted a video down in Arizona for spring training, and it was all the players showing up at the facility and what times they got there. Cags was the first person to show up to the site.
Good.
It was 6 a.m. He looked like he was not having fun. He looked how I would look if I had to show up somewhere at 6 a.m, which is to say a little grumpy, but I'm glad he was there. Also, I grew up a Royals fan, but I also lived in Phoenix for a while. And this was when the Diamondbacks were pretty good back in the early Paul Goldschmidt, Miguel Montero days.
Oh, yeah.
When they made the NLDS and lost to the Brewers. And Paul Goldschmidt as a rookie was not as highly touted as Cags, but people thought he was going to be a stud. And he goes out.
Checks out. He was.
He's had a pretty good career. He was awful as a rookie, though. He was terrible. He had a season a lot like Cags' year last year, and then he came out in his second year, and all he had was 43 doubles, 20 home runs, batted 286, 3.4 WAR player, and the year after that he was a 6 WAR player with 36 home runs, 36 doubles, hit 300, was second in MVP voting. So I don't think we should overreact to 1 year, half a season that wasn't very good. I'm not going to say he's going to be Paul Goldschmidt, but we've seen so many MLB players bounce back in years 2 and 3.
What if he does the exact same thing last year to this year to the All-Star break? You're not satisfied with that, are you?
Not at all. No, that's a pretty rough, because I don't even think, did he hit 200 last year?
I don't think so. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I don't think it's close. Oh man, that's probably in like over 200 at bats as well, which is not great. Yeah, and I've literally stood out on the grass watching him take BP, and he absolutely demolishes baseballs, and he murders them. Like he's a force. He's got to show up this year. He has to. I don't know if him rocking the new goatee look is going to help him do it, but man, he needs to figure something out there. But the Royals are also trying to figure out some more holes to fill in their. And I guess they have holes in their starting rotations. I didn't think they did, but they signed John Means, a local product around here from. Oh man, where did he go to school at? I just know he's from the Kansas City area. They signed him to a minor league deal yesterday, and I love John Means, former Baltimore Oriole. He's thrown a no-no in his entire in his career. He's a guy that can strike you out, has filthy stuff. Do I think he's making the opening day roster? Probably not. He'll probably. Maybe if he does, it's going to be out of the bullpen. But I like John Means a lot. This is a good move for the Royals to get another veteran type arm in this rotation, or long relieving.
He's from Olathe, went to Gardner. That's pretty cool.
Gardner, that's it. Yes,
it's nice. I love what the Royals have done with the bullpen. They have a ton of good bullpen arms. Bringing in Strom is just nice. Bringing him back.
Bring him back, baby.
And then, let's just get pitching rotation depth. I mean, if the starters all stay healthy, which is rare in baseball, I don't think you expect everyone to go the full season. The pitching staff, start to finish, is going to be phenomenal. But yeah, I don't think this is bad whatsoever. You just bring in depth. I'll never criticize a team for doing that.
Chris Palmer is very highly on Cole Reagans this season. It looks like finishes top 5 in Cy Young voting. Why not? Why top 5? Why not top 1? It's possible.
I think last year preseason he was second or third in the odds.
It's true. That's also preseason. We already know how Turk Skubal is, and he'll bring his Cy Young awards to the to our hearings. Cole Reagans probably do the same exact thing. I think it's funny. Cole Reagans has a shirt that says "Arm feels good." And no matter what he does, he has that shirt on, and so people don't have to ask him how's the arm feeling. Cole Reagans he's a unicorn. There's AI renderings out. The possible what the Kansas City Royals new-ish type of stadium would possibly look like. I'm gonna try to pull this up on my end over here. But there's a very awful similar look to this team as. Make sure I pick up the right one, as another our current major league team has. So Ryan, what do you think this stadium looks like? This is by Josh Chavis over on X.
Okay, so I actually have been to, I could be wrong on this, I've been to the Rangers ballpark, and it looks a lot like
sick.
That actually does look pretty sweet. It kind of looks like Union Station a little bit there.
Yeah, no, it does. But can you imagine that they make a Union Station look?
That would be pretty cool, actually. And you put it downtown. I think that's very cool. Okay, so it kind of looks in a way like the Rangers, but what are you thinking?
Oh, this is New York Yankees copy and paste.
Okay,
this
it does look like
Yankee Stadium, right. Especially with this one. Oh, this looks just like Yankee Stadium. It
really does look like it.
You don't want to be the Yankees on this one, but I like this. I love this architecture so much. Like this is like if I went on Minecraft right now, I know I wouldn't say it's dating me, but I love Minecraft. I would try to mimic and replicate that stadium just like this. Like I love architecture like this.
Okay, I will say though, this one looks a little more brick, and it has more columns than the Yankees. So it's unique enough that I don't think it'd be a total ripoff. We could get away with something like this.
That just looks so sick.
And
Plus, also
are we
these two
leaning
renderings
towards
are way two different things. Also, it's on two different sides of the stadium. This Kauffman Stadium's rounded, while
Yeah,
this one's more flat on the side. If it's supposed to be rounded, I don't know. This is just me being nitpicky on it.
just a little AI slop to start your day.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of AI out there. It depends on what you want to block the your blinders if you know how to use your blinders when it comes to AI.
I'm looking at the odds right now. Cole Reagans is third in Cy Young odds right now.
Third in Cy Young odds. Who's I'm assuming one's probably Scooble.
Scooble,
Two,
Crochet. Oh, sorry, I ruined
Crochet.
it. Yeah.
You're good. I was getting there. Don't worry.
He is tied with 3 other pitchers, though, and if you pulled more than one of these, I would genuinely be shocked a little bit.
So baseball season started for college yesterday, and I've already seen. I wouldn't say being history made. This is the first time since 1950 a player's done this. And Trace Armstrong of Baylor hit 3 grand slams yesterday, man. 3 grand slams.
3 grand slams. If you're the other team, what are you doing?
Well, that's the best thing about college baseball, because there's a lot of crap teams in college baseball that are try. And I can't remember who Baylor played, but apparently it was a crap team. This guy was literally hitting everything. I think one of the home runs he hit was at the top of the zone that was probably like an inch or two off the plate, like the strike zone area. Dude's a stud. Trace Armstrong, just make sure his name is still back in the float of your head whenever it's time to be coming like draft season. Because he could be a guy that's going to be drafted. I'm not sure he's going to be hitting 3 grand slams anytime soon again. If he is, I mean, he's on pace to hit 162 grand slams in a season right now, which that stat is just crazy to say out loud. It's not going to happen. I mean, if it is, if he sniffs that, that's impressive. He hits one more grand slam to be impressive for this season. But Trace Armstrong, stud.
I think the craziest part about this is they scored a total of 15 runs, which means that his 3 hits were 12 of the 15 runs.
Yeah.
So the whole rest of the game was like pretty okay. They gave up 3 runs to everyone else on the team. Why are you still pitching to him for the 3rd grand slam?
It's something, man. Like, this guy is an absolute force. And also, this sucks. This one sucks. If you want to go to social media and look it up, go for it. I do not want to play the video on here because it's rough. It's brutal to watch. But this kid from Seton Hall, Justin Ford, he hit a home run yesterday. And while he was rounding first base, pumped up, amped up because he hit that home run, while he's looking back to the dugout, his body seems like you side steps but he's jumping at the time. When he comes down, his left ankle absolutely snaps into 2. It's laying on the opposite direction. It's bad. They ended up still scoring him, which by rule, he has to touch every single base and also home plate in order to get the run across. They didn't do that. They gave him the home run anyways. But, man, this absolutely sucks. A big blow to I'm not sure if he was a senior or a junior, but he's done for the season already after hitting a home run. But, hey, at least you can say that your last at bat for the 2026 season was a home run.
That's a saving grace. The nice part, though, is I bet he'll get a red shirt out of this. He'll get an injury red shirt if he wants one, I'd imagine. That sucks, though. And it is a nasty-looking injury. I mean, the first clip where you see the home run, and then I think you see like a second of celebration, but then all of a sudden they cut to him just on the ground after first base, like writhing in pain. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, how do you have a freak? It looked like a football injury.
Yeah.
High-low
injury.
Yeah, it looked like that. And how do you have that just rounding the bases? It's genuinely one of the worst, most randomly horrific things I've seen in baseball.
It's almost as bad as the Kevin Ware one, I think.
It's the Kevin Ware injury, yeah, but he did it just rounding the bases.
I remember when Kendrys Morales, whenever he had a walk-off home run for the Angels, when he came and jumped onto home plate, he snapped his ankle that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Edwin Diaz tore his ACL. I think it was his ACL, celebrating the last time the World Baseball Classic happened, just celebrating after the game ended. And that's a big blow. It's like anybody can get hurt at any given second. So this that's drink more milk, I guess. Is that the best scenario? More protein? Is that how you can keep these bones healthy or upright?
You got to be doing. I know in the offseason, Patrick Mahomes does like weird yoga so his limbs can bend in all these different directions. He practices flexibility with his knees and his ankles and his hips and stuff like that. I guess you just need to be doing that. But
Speaking of World Baseball Classic, Chris wanted to know if we've talked about World Baseball Classic. Do you watch the World Baseball Classic at all?
I have not in recent years. Every now and then
Good.
I'll put a game on. It seems fun.
But I'm taking Japan over USA, unfortunately. But Japan's way too damn good when it comes to baseball. I mean, USA has a loaded lineup. When you get a chance, take a look at the USA studs, and they have a lot of studs on their team. But let's go to Would You Rather. You came up with, you sent me a Would You Rather. I think it was that a Monday or was that before the game on Sunday? But I was like,
I think it was Monday.
Might have been Monday because this is there's some good Would You Rathers, and I hope you all can play along with me.
If I sent you the Darnold Would You Rather before the game on Sunday, that would have been wild.
That would have been okay. Now thinking about that, looking at that, yeah, you're right. So no, play along with us at home. Feel free to comment in the comment section. Would you rather? Would you rather have Lamar Jackson's career or Sam Darnold's career up to this point? Ryan, you take away with it.
This is such a tough one because this is the most me versus we argument you could be having.
Yeah.
Where Lamar's got 2 MVPs, a lot of regular season wins and success. He's probably on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I'd be shocked, honestly, if he didn't make it. If he keeps
which one?
Lamar.
Okay.
If he keeps performing, he's going to win another MVP. It's
That's
going to
true.
be a weird Hall of Fame career, but 3-time MVP has to make the Hall of Fame.
You would hope, but we're still waiting on a 2-time Super Bowl champion to make the Hall of Fame, and I don't know if he will. Eli,
I don't know. He's more in the Darnold mode, but then you have Sam Darnold, who is like this amazing reclamation story and just won a Super Bowl. I'm going to go Lamar a little bit because Darnold didn't win Super Bowl MVP. If he won Super Bowl MVP, I would go Darnold slightly.
Chris has agreed with you on that being Darnold slightly. I think I'm going Darnold. I would much rather, it's just me being me. I'm a team player. I don't give a crap about winning an MVP. I want to win the hardest goal in sports, and that is winning either a World Series trophy, Stanley Cup trophy, a NBA Finals, in which I feel like that's easier to win now these days if you have a super team. But I want the Super Bowl championship. I want that. I don't care about an MVP, the accolades of that. I want that ring at the end of the year saying, yeah, I actually did one of these once before. And Sam Darnold can actually say that. Lamar Jackson can't. I think Darnold, in this analogy, I would much rather have his career. Because winning that Super Bowl, that just means everything in the world. You were the final. You're the only team, unless you didn't make the playoffs, but yet you still won your final game of the regular season. But you go through 21, 22, 23 weeks of the year, and you are the victorious team at the end of it. That says more something to me than just winning an MVP.
Chris makes a good point. You get the championship ring too, and I think that's a lot cooler than an MVP trophy. Also a lot cooler than an MVP trophy or an MVP speech is a parade speech. When you get to get up in front of 1 million, 500,000 people in your city.
Tell people to F y'all if you're not down with us.
Short of Jesus Christ incarnate, that is the cool. You could be the coolest person walking the face of the earth when you win a Super Bowl trophy and you're at the top of the parade. That's pretty cool.
Shout to Travis Blitz League. Stand up. I'm not standing up right now, but I get what you mean, Travis. Thanks for hanging out with us. Which, by the way, I'm on a bye week in that Blitz League.
I'm also on a bye week.
I needed it. I'm 2-4 on the season. I can't. I need a little break, if you know what I mean.
My team's bad. I have a quick gripe.
Okay, go for it.
Bad league. No one wants to hear about it. I got scheduled 4 road games in a row to start the season.
That's bad.
Can we just talk about? I'm already bad enough at the game. I don't need that handicap against me.
But at least you know you're gonna have some home games towards the back half that you could probably win.
Yeah,
Think of it like that.
Yeah, we're 1-5 right now. We got a way to go.
All right. Would you rather? Would you have Mike McDonald or Sean McVay as the head coach for the next 10 years? For your head coach, Mike McDonald or Sean McVay? I'm
curious to get your perspective on this. I'm gonna popcorn back to you real quick.
Do I get all the coaching tree with Sean McVay, or do I get all the coaching tree with Mike McDonald? So am I going to get Kubiak with Mike McDonald on this, or am I just getting these two guys alone?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to say you get their coaching tree. I'm going to say you probably get their coaching tree. Maybe not Kubiak because he's gone now.
Right. Man, Mike McDonald's just an absolute defensive guru. But I like the offensive-minded guys. But then Give me McVay. McVay, he's proven to done it. Heck, so does Kubiak. But man, McVay is just consistent. And I've only seen 1 year of Mike Macdonald being the head coach of Seattle. Now, if he goes back to back, he goes to another Super Bowl within the next 5 years, then it might sway my opinion on it more. But Sean McVay, he's just a proven winner, especially on a team or with teams that like his. When we expect him not to do so well, like say for instance Matthew Stafford, who knew that he was going to have to be upright this basically this entire season in order to throw the football. I mean, granted, that's how quarterback play works, but he had that back injury coming into the season, and they had to retool, make sure that he was making his reads even quick and more to where it's like, all right, that's basically play calling. Give me Sean McVay on that one, and I like how you also have Kyle Shanahan on this one. Even if Kyle Shanahan was still on this list, I'm still taking Sean McVay over the other two, anyways.
I would go with you on Sean McVay just because he's still the 5th youngest coach in the NFL. And
That's
he
crazy.
has almost a decade of winning under his belt. That's insane. Is there any other? Okay, so I'll read off just a couple names because Mike Macdonald is the 3rd youngest head coach. Joe Brady's now the youngest. Kellen Moore's 2nd youngest. Then Macdonald. Ben Johnson's the 4th youngest. McVay, Liam Cohen, Kevin O'Connell, Shane Steichen, D'Amico Ryans. Like, these are all head coaches under 42 years old. Any other names there that you would consider on this list? I feel like it's got to be McVay number 1.
Chris is saying with his heart and bias towards Michigan, says Mike Macdonald, which I get it. I do. If it's anybody right now, I would take Mike Macdonald. But yeah, no. McVay's, I think, is the best answer for this. Honestly, I do.
Macdonald is fun. I like that we have a good young head coach that's defensive focused. We've had so many young offensive guru head coaches. Mm-hmm. This is just a fun shakeup.
Now, would you rather have C.J. Stroud's rookie contract upside or Aaron Rodgers' experience for 1 season?
Do I have to start C.J. Stroud?
Oh, so I mean, if you get him, you have. I would say you have to start him, right?
And I have to start. Is there
either one? You have to start either one of these guys. The 1 year expertise of Aaron Rodgers or the C.J. Stroud with his rookie contract upside.
And I can't bring in Danny Dimes.
No, you cannot bring in Danny Dimes. You can't bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. You can't bring in Nick Foles to get you a Super Bowl. No. It's either C.J. Stroud or Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I hate both these options.
It's bad. It's not a good. There is one good option for this.
I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not a Rodgers guy. I don't like this pick. But C.J. Stroud...
You're not a Stroud guy either.
In the playoffs, C.J. Stroud looks like he is a sleeper agent for whoever the other team is. Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. I'm not touching Stroud at the 10-foot pole either. At least Rodgers, for the most part, will throw to his own team. It might be a check down that we lose 2 yards on, but whatever. It's like that stat where you can spike the ball every time and still have a higher QBR than C.J. Stroud had in his playoff game. I'll take Rodgers.
I'm taking Rodgers. Even he's gonna get the job done, and if he comes back to Pittsburgh this year, I think they're another winning season. I know if without Mike Tomlin, but still, I think it's still another winning season. If you have Aaron Rodgers on your team, you have a great chance of winning football games. I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks. I've been on record my entire life that they are not good to great quarterbacks in the NFL. You got one good season. It was great. It was a great-ish season. You didn't know really what C.J. Stroud was as a rookie. But ever since then, he's crapped down his pants each and every single time. Yeah. I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks. It's not because it's my Michigan bias, but they're just not good when it comes to NFL standards. You can go Terrell Pryor. You can go Dwayne Haskins, RIP, Troy Smith, just to name a few. I don't classify Joe Burrow as an Ohio State quarterback because he never took an actual snap for them. At least I don't believe they did. But he's more of an LSU guy to me anyways. But Ohio State quarterbacks absolutely suck in the NFL, and Justin Fields, another one. Just not great quarterbacks from Ohio State that transition over. It's a Ryan Day type of copy, paste, and repeat system quarterback. That's all they have in Ohio State.
Give it time. We're going to get Julian saying he's going to be the number 1 pick in his draft. He's really good.
He's going to suck in the NFL too. I don't trust him. He looks great playing against the NIL boys of college football, but once he gets to actual play men, in the NFL, he's not going to be good. I'm already in camp with that.
We'll revisit this case in a couple years. I think Julian Sand's going to be really
He got
good.
absolutely shut down by Indiana. And how many Indiana guys are going to be top guys in the NFL? There's really not many in defense. They were all well-rounded tools.
Yeah, everyone got shut down by Indiana, though, in his defense. But
True. Out here smoking that Signetti pack.
we'll see. We'll revisit this in like 2 years, 3 years, and we'll talk about Julian Sand.
All right, couple more would you rathers, and we'll get the fair or foul. Would you rather draft Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels for the next 10 years?
I think this is easy. I'm going to go Caleb Williams. I think this is very easy.
Now, keep going.
I've seen him make passes that only 5 other quarterbacks in my lifetime can make. He's right up there with like the Mahomes and Rodgerses of like, I'm not going to say he's as good as those guys, but the holy crap did he actually make that throw, guys. Jaden Daniels is good. I don't want to like take anything away from that. He's really good. He's really efficient. He can run the ball well. I worry about him getting hurt, and he is not as good of a passer as Caleb Williams is.
I don't know. I would say Jaden Daniels is an absolute stud. I take Jaden Daniels in this if you take away his injury history. And man, there was a lot of it this past year. But you're not wrong. Caleb Williams made an incredible throw during the playoffs against the Rams in order for him to get tied to go to overtime. Like I'm still shocked he was able to run 20 feet behind him or 20 yards behind him and still get a throw off on 4th and long. Like was it Cole Kmet who caught that or Colston Level? It was Cole Kmet. Incredible. But I like the decision-making, the play-making ability from Jaden Daniels over with Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams actually had to be relied upon with his running game. That's Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift were absolute freaks for the Chicago Bears this past year and also the previous year before that. And let's go back to that previous year. Caleb Williams' rookie season. They only won 4 or 5 games. It's not like they had to get another system in there in order for him to, I guess, flourish, and that was with Ben Johnson. But Jaden Daniels, he's had, 2 offensive coordinators now, or 2 head coaches in his career, I feel like. I think it's that. Was Dan Quinn draft him, I'm pretty sure? Did Dan Quinn draft him?
I think he's only had 1 head coach, but I think he may have had 2 OCs. I don't remember.
I just know
last year the wheels fell off, though.
Give me Jaden Daniels. No one expected them to make it to the NFC Championship game his rookie season. They did. And yeah, give me Jaden Daniels every single day.
I'm going to go Caleb. So I think if the NFL has proven anything, it is if you get drafted to a bad situation, I don't care who you are going to suck. We've seen that with Sam Darnold, sucked with the Panthers, sucked with the Jets, went to good situations with the Vikings, Seahawks, literally won a Super Bowl. So I think there's a lot of credit to who you have on your coaching staff around you. And with Caleb Williams, I see Chris's point of he can make 1 great throw and then 1 bad throw on the same drive. We said that about Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. And then you know what happened? He got drafted to the NFL. He had a good head coach, good OC. I think you saw a lot of the same stuff when he had Ben Johnson and the Bears this year of he had a coach that could actually coach him up on offense. And sure, there were some bad habits that need to get ironed out. He didn't have as much success as Mahomes has had. But you really saw flashes. So I'm going to bank on the fact that we're going to see that development keep moving forward. And I think he's going to be incredible next year.
All right, the last would you rather? Would you rather have Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry in his prime?
That's such a good one.
Because someone argued that Christian McCaffrey's prime's still going.
I think so. I mean, based on his year last season, I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey because he can do more things. You put him in the slot and he becomes a top 5, top 10 slot receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
I think he had over 1,000 yards receiving, I'm pretty sure, this year. He's a 1,000 guy thick and through when it comes through the rushing the football and also receiving the football. And he's a freak. I would take CMC. I would. I like Derrick Henry. But man, he did put the entire Tennessee Titans on his back, and they did make conference championships, making 1 seeds, but they still didn't capitalize on it. If they would have kept with if they would have kept a hold of Mike Vrabel Titans, and I think it might have been a different story. No, give me CMC. CMC is just, he can do it all. I worry about his knees all the time. I worry about his knees, especially on injury reports and also on the grounds of the 49ers with the electromagnetic field that's underneath the stadium. I do worry about that, but man, he's such a freak. Like I CMC's mine.
He had 102 catches this year.
That's crazy.
And that's not even his career high. That's not even the second most he's had in his career.
What the most was it with Carolina?
It was 2019. He had 116 catches for 1,000 yards receiving, and he had 1,400 rushing yards with 15 rushing touchdowns. He had 19 total touchdowns that year.
That's ridiculous. That's
2,400 all-purpose yards. He's a monster.
Oh yeah, he's a freak, absolute freak. Man, I'm taking CMC. I got to, but his prime has got to. How old is he?
He's about to turn 30 in June.
Man, 30 years old already. I feel like he just got drafted.
I know he's been in the league for 9 years,
dude. We've watched a lot of football. From what it seems like, I can't believe how quick time is traveling right now. It's 2026. The upcoming season is going to start here in the next handful of weeks because of the combine to the draft. You name it. And already people are going to be heading up to St. Joe to do the training camp. The football season's already going to get around the corner. It just feels that way. What did Chris say on this?
How do you feel about the
Sean Taylor or
Wednesday?
Ed Reed hold on, let's answer this. Sean Taylor or Ed Reed would blow up Henry. Sean Taylor, maybe. I don't know about Ed Reed. Ed Reed's kind of small.
Yeah, I don't think Ed Reed would. Taylor, wasn't Sean Taylor the one that laid the hit in the Pro Bowl back in the day, or who was that?
It might have been him. I can't, but I don't think Ed Reed would be able to. You would have to hit low on Henry. You'd have to hit really low on Henry in order to hit him down.
Yeah, Sean Taylor just blew up a guy in the Pro Bowl. That's one of the funniest things in NFL history.
It's the Pro Bowl, man. Just hang out, relax.
No, he decapitated a guy.
What were you saying though?
How do you feel about the Wednesday start to the season?
Oh, it's stupid. Stupid. Like we're gonna start towing the line of a lot more player safety now. Whenever the next CBA happens for the NFL, like this Thursdays are cool and all, but Wednesday you're also removing another day of healing your body. You're rushing the week even more. If I'm a player, I'm pissed.
The nice thing is it's only the first game of the season. So they have like the week and a half from preseason into it. I'm fine with it. It's kind of fun. It's going to feel weird and it's going to make that Sunday a little less entertaining. So we're going to have fewer games they'll probably have 2 Monday games and a Thursday game and God knows, maybe a Friday game plus Wednesday. That first Sunday could be bleak. But
what's the best way to put this? Football, if you're watching one game at a time that is not meaningful, it's pretty boring. It truly is, especially if you're not there to try to make money on these games.
Yeah,
they're rough watches. There's a reason why people were talking about how it felt like an Amazon Prime Thursday night game for the Super Bowl because of how bad the game truly was.
Yeah,
football's boring. It truly is, at least to me. I have to have multiple games on at once in order for my ADD riddled brain in order to like focus and function on it. Because I love Red Zone. Red Zone. Once you're spoiling me with Red Zone, I can't get enough of Red Zone because you're flipping around to all the action at a given moment, and there isn't that when you're just watching one singular game.
I like it, like you said, when there's stakes, and I think the first week will have stakes because they're going to do the Seahawks.
Who is that opening night game?
I have to imagine it's either Rams, 49ers in Australia, or it will be Seahawks versus whoever they play to start the season. So that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, you're right. When it is Browns Jets on a Thursday night,
I don't care at all.
Take the evening, spend it with your family, go on a walk. I don't care. Be healthy. Do something else.
Touch grass. Why not?
Touch grass. Read a book. I don't know. I've tried that recently.
Which is impressive to say the least that you're reading books. I need to open up I got the baseball Bible from Christmas. My mom gave it to me. I need to open that up at some point, start reading it. Might have to do that here soon because baseball season is amongst us. And also baseball season means fair or foul is going to get even more juicier with more baseball content. So let's do some fair or foul. I would like to play this clip, but I don't know if I play this clip, we get it taken off of YouTube or however. So I will give you the quote of what Chris Sale had to say. We all know who Chris Sale is, the guy that the Kansas City Royals loved to beat up on whenever he was a Chicago White Sox. Heck, we've seen Chris Sale cut up a jersey before in the dugout because of his frustration of how he played. Chris Sale is a wonder. He plays for the Atlanta Braves right now. He is quoted saying, fair or foul, by the way, I will never challenge a pitch. I'm not an umpire. That's their job. He answered that from the question regarding the new automated ball to strike system that is going to be implemented for the season. And if you want to challenge a ball, you just go up there and tap your head with if you are the batter or the pitcher. And him saying, I will never challenge a pitch. I'm not an umpire. That's their job. But that's telling that some of these pitchers right now in Major League Baseball, they don't want this ABS system. And it's good to have someone finally speak out about it, saying, hey, that's their job. He also, later on in his quote I didn't put in there was, my catcher is usually helps me pull strikes. How Chris Sale throws, he has an arm slot on the left-handed side that just like swoops down from left to right. And his catcher, I'll say it's a backdoor slider, could help him cheat a little bit to get that strike for the umpire to like basically call it for strike 3. That's one of the prominent pitches, one of the best pitches Chris Sale's ever had in his career. It may be going away a little bit now because of the true ABS system. He may not be getting that strike that he used to be getting accustomed to from years on.
Is the catcher allowed to ask for a review?
I believe so, yes. It's the 3 guys there.
I feel like the catcher should be the one calling for that because I don't know. I've never been a pitcher. I've never been a major league pitcher. I don't know how good a grasp you have on seeing if it's actually a ball or a strike when you throw the pitch. I feel like they're falling away enough that maybe you don't have the best view. I feel like the catcher should be the one to challenge that if they're in that position. I mean, it is their job to frame it, like you said.
I think everybody there kind of gets the familiarity. Like the pitcher, it's the pitcher's game. The pitcher controls the game. I think the pitcher has the better angle and vision area because it's that window, that rectangular window that you're looking through each and every single time trying to get a strike. They're looking for that every single time. But I like the way that Chris Sale just opens up about it. So I think it's fair.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair too.
Chris says it's fair as well. So we 3 times the chart. We started off this one as a fair. All last week was foul. Every single one, I believe.
Last week was very foul. Everything was foul.
This could be a foul or this could be a fair for this upcoming one. This is Max Crosby on all the trade rumors, and I quote: "I just want to play football and be left the F alone."
Fair.
Yeah, completely fair. Max, say it with your chest. I love seeing all these rumors about Max Crosby being traded. And
my mom texted me about Max Crosby to the Chiefs. I was like, Mom, I don't think that's going to happen.
Gosh, I would throw up instantly. I would regurgitate as soon as I read Max Crosby traded. And if it was the Chiefs, that'd be even worse for me. But no, yeah, leave the guy alone. Seriously. He wants to be a Raider. There's a reason that he has a tattoo of the Raiders emblem on his body. He is a full-blown Raider. He wants to stay there for his entire career. And I absolutely respect the hell out of that. Even if you get the Micah Parsons haul in return, if you were to be traded to the New England Patriots in this offseason, which they do need a pass rusher, so I'm curious to see if that price tag does go up, if that trade does happen. But you're getting a player plus 2 or 3 very high round picks when you are trading Max Crosby. If they trade Max Crosby, which I still do not think is going to happen. And I leave the man alone. Leave him alone. This is fair that Max Crosby said this.
Yeah, totally fair. If you're the Raiders, I think it's smart to trade him, but people need to not ask Max Crosby his opinion on this. It's just let him play football.
He'll tell you how it is too. Everything he says with confidence, and that's why another reason why I love Max Crosby. Plus, he's also a great person around Las Vegas to have. Confidence. He's the condor for a reason. So fair or foul, the reason for the Philadelphia Phillies releasing Nick Castellanos, the deciding factor in the relationship ruptured when Castellanos brought a beer into the dugout after he was pulled from a game. The Phillies released him as they owe him $20 million on the final season of his $100 million deal of a 5-year contract. So they were like, yeah, we're done after he brought a beer into the clubhouse. I think Nick Castellanos is such a bro. Like he is a bro's bro. He signed a deal this morning with the San Diego Padres, so I think the Padres that locker room with Nick Castellanos, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, that's a fun locker room. That would be a locker room I can get behind and party with. Now, will they win anything notable? Probably not. The Los Angeles Dodgers are in their division, but the fact that I have to respect the Phillies' decision on wanting to get rid of him, though, because you ain't supposed to be bringing beer to the dugout during games,
Oh,
especially if you're
no.
tossed.
This is like a brain versus heart scenario. My brain is like, that's foul. You can't do that. My heart is like, Nick Castellanos rocks. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I rode in an elevator with his grandparents before the All-Star game one time.
Oh, that's badass.
It was in Denver. He was in the All-Star game or home run derby or something. He was there for one of the events. And it was my buddy and I were in the elevator. And we were just talking to this old couple, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go watch our son play." And we're like, "Nice." Like, we kind of thought like high school game or something, college maybe. And we're like, "Oh, cool. Like, who's he play for?" And they're like, "The Phillies," or maybe the Reds or whatever, wherever he was at a couple years ago. But I think he was maybe with the Reds back then.
Was his son there? Because his son's always at every single game, and he's talking him the entire time. Like he's talking his dad, and it's hilarious.
Really? That's pretty funny.
But man, Chris says it's another fair for him. It's fair for I think it's foul. It has to be foul if you're the Phillies in this, because you clearly like the guy. Probably the most Philadelphia thing ever, especially in Philly with all those crazy ass fans there. But man, if you don't like the personality and stuff, you think he's a locker room cancer. I know that people have said that. It's foul. It's foul on what Nick Castellanos did. I hate saying that.
Technically you can't do it. I support you, Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, same.
You can't do that.
Exactly. So lastly on the fair or foul, the 10,000 free condoms gone in just 3 days at the 2026 Winter Olympics. The supplies clearly ran out of the condoms. There's a condom shortage, which, by the way, that's not as many condoms as usually gets dished out in the Winter Olympics.
No, they were breaking the beds a couple years ago.
Well, I mean, yeah, the beds a couple of years ago were made out of cardboard boxes, I'm pretty sure. But only I'm trying to pull this thing up. Of course, the New York Post wants to have me so many pop-up ads, and I click on their damn thing.
The Olympic Village is the horniest place on earth.
It has to be. The Tokyo Games saw that there was 106,000 people, 11,000 medal chasers, and they organized a whopping. They distributed over 160,000 condoms were distributed in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. 450,000 condoms were released in the Rio de Janeiro Olympics in 2016, which, oh my gosh, 2016.
And they only had 10,000?
Yeah.
They only had 10,000 in Italy?
Yeah. And I mean, Italy is one of the, I would say is another, I mean, Italians know how to do Italian things, and that's get into people's pants.
That's poor planning.
That's crazy.
Honestly,
it's
with how many they ran through, with how many they used at the other Olympics, 3 days. I'm surprised they lasted that long.
I get your reference there with the Reds announcer. Another, I mean, it's not a fun fact, but he was talking about Kansas City during that time there's a deep drive to left field, Nick Castellanos home run.
Nick Castellanos always holds a special place in my heart.
Good, but man, you got to get some more condoms out there, Italy. And also, let's be honest, who really is actually getting a hold of all the Are there really that much Valentine's Day extracurricular activities happening at the Winter Village? Let's be honest here. I
don't know.
Are these just skewed numbers?
No, I don't think so. The last Olympics, we have to think these people's bodies are meant for performing. But I thought I heard a story last time that there's what's Raya or whatever, the celebrity tender. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Never heard of this.
It's
I'm not a celebrity, so I can't get on this thing.
It's you have to get an invite to the app or something. So all these Olympians just had an Olympic Village Tinder basically, and were just fraternizing the whole time on it.
That is crazy. You're
I can't
collecting.
say I'm that surprised about all this.
You're collecting medals while you're collecting bodies. I just can't. I gotta separate the two. If I'm doing that, I'm there for the medals. Let's be honest. I'm there for the medals. I don't care about anything else.
I don't know. Do we want to talk about the Olympian that might not have just been there for the medal?
Well, from last year or from the Summer Olympics a handful of years ago.
No. I was talking about the guy this year that sent a message after he won his medal.
Let's talk about this guy because where's my phone at? So let's just talk some Olympics. Love talking Olympics, especially the odd Olympic stories. Apparently, I saw something. This is not related, but still Olympic. There was a speed skater for I think South Korea or something. They pranked him of something, and he ended up leaving the South Korea team to go back to his homeland team of China because of a prank. Yeah, there's
he just switched countries?
Yeah, well, he's originally from China, but he has descent from South Korea. So he raced for China, but then he was like, all right, at first, and I guess he didn't make the cut, so went to South Korea, and he made the cut there. I think he was in the Winter Olympics 4 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever. They had the COVID thing. That might have been the Summer Olympics. Oh, well, irrelevant. On 2022. So he is back in China for the China team because of there were some sort of legality that ended up being a prank. Saying like, oh, no, you can't really race for us, but he actually could race for them. Yeah, there's weird things. If you just dive down some real weird rabbit holes of stories.
It looked like he got pantsed.
Yes, so he left, which is it's just crazy. But this Norwegian biathlete, which I love the biathlon, one of my favorite events in Winter Olympics. But this guy from Norwegian won the bronze medal, and during an impromptu post-race interview, this is what he had to say on there. And I quote, "And then there's someone I wanted to share it with who might not be watching today. 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the most beautiful and kindest person in the world. 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake and cheated on her, and I told her about it a week ago. It's been the worst week of my life," he says tearfully in an interview. He's also quoted saying, "I told her a week ago, and then it ended. Of course, I'm not ready to give up. I hope that committing social suicide might show how much I love her. I'm taking the consequences for what I've done. I regret it with all my heart," he says. Maybe I'm just stupid. I'm a member of the sorority, but I do stupid things.
I can confirm he is stupid.
Very stupid. Very
so
stupid.
Foul. He also won bronze. This is not. He's giving a gold medal speech.
Medaling at the Olympics is pretty good.
It's very cool. This is such loser behavior. He's also 28 years old, for the record. This is not a 19-year-old Olympian like prodigy guy. This is a grown-ass man.
Yeah, it's a grown man. It's a grown man with a big nose. He's Norwegian. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
None offense to big nose people, but it's just comes with the trade.
He also, there's so many things wrong about this. He sat on the fact that he cheated for 3 months.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, no, that's something we've talked about more.
He also said it a week before he went to in Norway. This is their Super Bowl. This is the Norwegian Super Bowl.
Maybe that's why he wanted to say something.
This guy's like, I gotta get something off my chest. What did he think? She was gonna respond like he's a hero for coming clean? Like, no, you're just a jerk. I don't know. I think this story is so funny and so foul.
My mom said, "Once a cheater, always a cheater." It's so true. She texted me that. But man,
he didn't cheat in the Olympics.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, apparently. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, it's so bad. Did you see the Canadian curling team kind of got a little under fire and some FUs were being thrown back and forth with competitors? Yeah, so
no, I haven't seen this.
The Team Canada was, when they're doing the curling, you have a leeway time when you're holding the stone or you're pushing the stone, you're behind the stone at the beginning of the start where you're in your lunge position going forward. You could see the fingertip of, I know it's a fingertip, but still by rule, once it crossed the green line on the throwing zone, you're not supposed to be touching it. Canada, this guy that's been throwing it has been doing it basically the entire time. The team that they were going up against called him out for it, And the Canadian guy's like, no, F you, I'm or something like this. And he's like, no, if you want to go see the tape, buddy, I'll show it to you after this. And so there's just some chirping going on. It got intense. Not sure who won the event, but the fact that they're about to have some blows being thrown during a curling match.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be pretty sweet, actually. I mean, of course, it's Canada that's going to be involved with it. They seem like one of the best fighting type, especially if you're in a hockey-esque environment with it being cold out there on the ice. Oh, yeah, go for it. But still, crazy the fact that curling kind of got a little heated.
It's called. Do you know what the line is called in curling?
I do not.
This sport is so unserious.
It's such a great sport, though. I love curling.
It's called the hog line, like pig, like hog line.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just is. Also, this is the equivalent. Did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
I've only seen a handful of episodes.
There's an episode where the dad gets into like the speed walking competitions where your feet can both not be off the ground at the same time. They must constantly be 1 foot.
Interesting.
And he like reviews the tape and figures out that his top competitor is like doing a little hop and he's like a quarter inch off the ground. This is what this reminds me of. This is so unserious. This is a deeply unserious controversy.
It's the fact that there's there's an argument that happened, and some FUs being thrown is great. Right now, the medal count, Norway is up with 20 medals. They've got 10 golds, 3 silvers, and 7 bronze. Italy is in second with 18 medals. Shout out Italy with 6 golds, 3 silvers, and 9 bronze. The United States is in third with 16 medals, with 4 gold, 8 silver, and 4 bronze. Then behind them is France with 12 total medals, and Germany with 11 total medals.
We are racking up the silvers.
That's I feel like that's a customary thing with the with our Winter Olympics is we rack up medals, and it's either basically bronze or silver because Norway's always winning stuff. I can't wait to see bobsled. Bobsled's this upcoming week. I enjoy watching that. I got finished watching all the skeleton, which I still think it's crazy that you think that you would rather do the skeleton more than anything else. These guys were gliding.
I changed my mind. I think I'll do luge.
Yeah, no, luge is more safer. Like I mean, it's not as safe, but still safe. Did you watch the team luge? They had to punch they got to punch the button at the end in order for their next their teammate their starting thing to fall down for them to go. Yeah,
no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's four teams, not 4 teams. 4 people per team or 4 sleds per team, and it's pretty fun. If you enjoyed watching luge, I would watch that. But by the way, Peacock this year, I hate gloating about apps, but Peacock has made it so much easier to try to watch all the sports from start to finish. Like I can't believe how much I've already watched. Like watching the women's half pipe yesterday afternoon was awesome. Heck, even the men's distance long jump on skiing, incredible. Watching snowboard cross for men's and women's, which by the way, if you like racing, snowboard cross or ski cross is should be your go-to. It's 4 people going down the mountain at the same exact time, and it gets hectic and people do wipe out. And it's incredible. Cool. Speed skating, watched all of that. I just cannot wait and for the bobsledding, and also our United States hockey teams, whether if it is the men's or women's, are absolutely wrecking up shop right now. The women's team, it's kind of hard to watch the women's play hockey because I think the last game they played against Italy, the women's team, there was only 6 shot on goals from Team Italy. There was like 40-something with the United States. So it's crazy how good our United States team is. And I can't wait for a Canada versus USA Olympic gold medal. That's going to happen.
On the men's side?
On the men's, yes.
The Canada men's hockey roster
is nuts.
They have like legit, their power play lineup is like 5 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
It's insane. Well, maybe 4 with like Sam Reinhart, who's won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Like they are actually insane.
It's incredible. How many the studs on Canada is incredible. The fact that I can say that Sidney Crosby can get a pass from Connor McDavid or vice versa is just wild to say in one sentence. And
neither of them are the best player on the team because Nathan McKinnon's better than both of them.
Exactly.
Right now. Have you seen the video of him going against the speed skater?
No. Wait, McDavid or McKinnon?
They race from blue line to blue line in a hockey rink, and he beats the Olympic speed skater.
Oh no, so they
in
do
full pads.
Best thing about a very underrated all-star event glamorizing the athletes and stuff. You need to watch the hockey one. The hockey one has so many good skill competitions, and they also do a race. They do a race around the track in order to just to see who's the fastest one there. Typically, it's Connor McDavid. There are so many hockey players that need to be speed track athletes. Like that, they would be incredible at it.
They're built different. We say that about a lot of people. Those top hockey players are built truly different. Also, shout out Cale Makar, Tata's brother at UMass. Great guy. I'm sure Cale is just as awesome. So shout out him. Shout out UMass. I'm rooting for him.
Let's hit on some at least the Kansas City Chiefs thing, and then we can get out of here. And it's not gonna be like the biggest topic point because we're still growing and going through this long off season of the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm just curious, are we okay with these coaching decisions that they've already made to prep themselves for the upcoming year? We heard this week that D'Amico Ryans is signed to being the running back coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, which not too shabby, but great.
Marco Murray.
Great former NFL player. Did he go to SMU? I feel like he went to SMU.
I think he was an Oklahoma guy.
Oklahoma? No, he is an Oklahoma guy because he was just from Oklahoma there. Yes, you're right. But they got him, Chad O'Shea, the wide receivers coach, Terry Brennan Jr. Chad O'Shea hire, it might be the best hire that they've done the entire time. I think it's a better hire than Eric Bieniemy, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because Chad O'Shea needs to get a lot out of these wide receivers for the Chiefs. If they don't, if the Chiefs wide receivers come back this upcoming season and they do the exact same thing from the previous seasons, this isn't a good look for Chad O'Shea at all, or it could just be the talent issue for the Kansas City Chiefs because you got to create separation. There's no separation being created at all with these wide receivers for the Chiefs. Other guys that they've added to the coaching staff, the assistant defensive line coach, Terry Braden Jr., there's a new offensive quality control coach. That's Nate Pagan and then CJ Cox is the new defensive quality control coach. The thing that I am griped about the most, and it wasn't even talked about at all to being a possibility, only by just us, is oh my gosh, I'm blanking on me. Where was I going with this?
Is it about Dave Toub?
Yeah, Dave Toub. Dave Toub. Why wasn't Dave Toub addressed at all by anything? Like it's the special teams was horrendous this past year, whether if it was the blatant holds that the team, like the undisciplined characteristics that they had, or just them not executing, whether if it was bad snaps from the long snapper, which it's very rare and few between, especially if James Winchester's doing it. It could be the hold on what the punter's doing there for Matt Ariza, or it could just be Harrison Butker not doing what he's supposed to do. But man, Dave Toub, he should have been talked about. And hey, what up, Bronx? How we doing, man? Okay, all right. So don't water down Kubiak for me, okay, man?
I love it. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because what was it like? Maybe it was 10 years ago at this point. Toub was one of the best special teams coaches in the NFL at one point in time when he came over from the Bears. Early Chiefs days. Spectacular. I don't know what the deal is. They've just fallen off so much since late 2010s.
It's been bad. When was the last time they had a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown? Because Remigio did he return one in the Super Bowl? Did he return it?
Not Remigio, but it was Tony.
But did he actually score it though? I feel like it's been a while.
In the first Eagles Super Bowl, Tony had the one to get into like the 10-yard line, but that was the last meaningful punt return I can.
You're telling me Dexter McCluster is probably the last person who's returned a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown?
Definitely not true, but it feels that way.
It honestly feels like that. Heck, even Chris is on camp with us of Toub needed to be gone. If he wasn't for best friends with Andy Reid, he would not be in this position. Like he would be gone already. He'd be already out. His papers have already been served to him saying goodbye. But that's just not the case. He's best friends with Andy Reid. Heck, he's the assistant head coach. And it's kind of hard to replace your assistant, I guess. But man, they got to do something because if it's the exact same thing, it's not going to be great. I think this might be Butker's last season, anyways. Because his numbers have gone down and down and down ever since he signed that contract. And it's not like he's fighting for a job or fighting for his life anymore. making a team leaving the Carolina Panthers practice squad. That's behind him. We've already heard what he's had to say outside of playing football, which I mean that's cool and all, but heck, even over here.
Yeah, my mom's right. The punt returns have been boring.
There's been it's annoying because whenever the punt returns look like oh, you actually get a lot of good yards. Nope, there's a Jack Cochran penalty holding. We
had the most holding penalties on punts and kicks this year that I've ever seen. I don't know if the stats bear it out, but it felt like any time the return went more than 5 yards, holding, bring it back, half the distance.
Yeah, no. So Ryan, what's are you watching now with no baseball? There's baseball going to be starting here in the next 6 days. Can't wait. There's an actual spring training game that happen in 6 days. So to get through this little lull, what are you watching? You can be watching anything.
NBA All-Star games this weekend. That's not super exciting.
About that.
I don't candidly not the most exciting All-Star game. Really good college basketball recently. KU beat the number 1 team in the country without Darren Peterson on Monday.
Yeah, what's up with that Darren Peterson guy? Like, I feel I put some money on that game. He even play.
Yeah, he didn't play it all the way to tummy ache, so he couldn't.
Oh, poor boy.
He was a little congested. I think he and I have the same bug right now. But you know what, Darren? I'm here. I'm doing the whole hour. I think you can play 10 minutes of a basketball game. I don't know who.
That's 10 minutes is asking for a lot, man. That's especially for a college basketball player who just wants to sit back and collect his NIL and act like he's hurt.
He don't play today. KU has a road matchup at number 5 Iowa State. That's a huge game. I fully expect us to go out and lose by 20, but I'm optimistic. Hopefully we don't do that. So college basketball, I'm going to say right now for the next month, this is like prime college basketball season.
I'm still going to finish watching up the Winter Olympics. It's going to wrap up on Sunday, and man, not tomorrow Sunday, but next Sunday.
Yeah.
So once they get through that, I'm going to be watching a lot more college baseball. Be watching baseball itself. World Baseball Classic starts off in like the first week of March. Cannot wait. Let's get to the nice weather. It's ugly and disgusting here in Kansas City right now.
When is the gold medal game? It looks like I want to pull up quickly and just plug the men's hockey gold medal game. Okay, my biggest gripe with the Olympics is actually trying to figure out when the events are is hellish. Have you had that issue?
What was that again?
Trying to figure out when the hell these actual events happen is just
for Olympics?
It's impossible. Yeah.
It's what's nice about it is since there's like that time frame difference from Milan to here, it's like a 7 to 8 to 10 hour. So if I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, I can start watching events live, and it's awesome. But that's why Peacock is an absolute stud of an app to use the Olympics to watch the coverage, because you just go down the replays, and you can see what has happened just within the last 24 hours on that, and it's great. This actually might be a good question. What Bronx Baller had to say right here. I jumped in late since you're speaking about basketball. What about the garbage in the NBA and tanking?
I want people to never bring up garbage in the NBA again. Go watch 90s basketball highlights and watch basketball today. It's so much better. People talk about no defense. There is a quarter inch of space and people are hitting contested 15-foot shots in their faces. The offense is so good. These basketball players are so talented. It makes it look like there's not defense. I tell you what, they are trying very hard. They're very good at the sport. I don't want people to bring that up anymore. Tanking, teams are just not good. That's all it is. Some teams are just better than others.
Is there a talent issue in the NBA?
There's too much talent in the NBA.
Now, but there wouldn't be tanking if there's too much talent in the NBA. I think there's too many egos in the NBA in order for that to be the argument.
I don't think that's the case. They do need to figure out the lottery stuff. Like I like the rule of you can't have a top 5 pick in consecutive drafts.
Your mom said it right.
You do need to play to earn the number 1 pick. I agree.
I like that. I'm camp with that. I truly am.
But no, I think the NBA is a great product. I have League Pass. I watch it darn near every single day. No. They're sitting starters in the fourth quarter because they're up by 35 points. That's what happens. I think the NBA needs more talent because we naturally need teams to be worse. It looks bad when teams like the Utah Jazz get into March and Jaren Jackson Jr. had surgery, shut him down for the rest of the season. There is a little bit of strategy that goes into who you're going to rest at certain times. But for the most part, all these teams are really good and can beat anyone on any given night. I wish we had more teams to distribute the talent better.
But what happened to the day where I could go out there and like, okay, let's just do not even that long ago. Derrick Rose and the Bulls, 2011.
Yeah.
He played every game. Star, stud, MVP. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to play every game. Then you get this kid named Zion Williamson who came in and they had a load management for him because of his size. What the hell is this?
Like Zion's he's a little fat.
Why? What happened between 2011 and 2018? I think that's when he got drafted. Not for 100% sure on that. You got to fact check me on that. But what happened during that time span where not many people wanted to play every single game anymore in the NBA? Like they're like something switched. They're like, oh, I can take a game or two off. No, that's not. No. You go out there and you play every game. You getting NBA players get it. You thought that baseball players or NFL players got paid stupid amount of money. NBA play, you can be a sixth man and make $100 million on the bench.
No, Christian Brown is a very okay NBA player, and he's going to sign I think he signed a 5-year, $120 million. He's going to make $200 million in his career. I would like to point out
he did not have load management because MJ was the stud.
MJ would have load management right now. They're averaging 20 more possessions per game in the NBA now than they did 15 years ago. 20 more possessions per game against bigger, stronger, faster athletes. They're going at a faster pace. They're running more. Like the level of wear and tear on the body, we're seeing all these Achilles injuries because of the style of play. You can talk about, well, then don't play that style. Okay, but there's a competitive advantage to play the style. The style of play is wearing down the players. The only solution right now without taking games away from the NBA, which will never happen for money reasons, is to not play your players to the point that they're literally tearing ligaments on the court.
Well, here's also the other thing to combat that, to add to this little argument. There's a baseball player in Major League Baseball named Tyler O'Neill. Yoked. Freak. He's always hurt because of his training regimen. Off the field, there need to be a restriction on limitations of people in their training facility doing stuff, getting work in, because you're still adding wear and tear stress, even more on that during practices or even off-scheduled practices, adding to the possible injury of your Achilles, of your ACLs, of the other ligaments in your knees. Like there are more people that are bigger, faster, stronger now, and human bodies aren't supposed to do stuff like this. It's just not. It's like we're not made for this type of contact, this type of mobility. Hell, the kid that's the Seton Hall kid didn't expect to break his freaking ankle just yesterday, hitting a home run by celebrating. No, these are freak accidents each and every single time. Get your ass out on the court. There's no reason for you not to be out there, but also relax a little bit. You don't have to go 110% every single time. Take a rest day from practice that's not scheduled, like on your extracurricular practice. Don't do it. Just relax.
I do think we're going to get new NBA teams in the next 5 to 10 years, and we're already seeing a shift in style of play. Like certain teams like the Rockets and the Magic, less so the Magic now than last year, play slower and focus more on like offensive rebounding and stopping transition baskets and stuff like that. I think that plus the new teams where, again, you're distributing the talent a little more, I really think that's going to be the best thing for the NBA because, like you said, it's going to force you to do things that are not just run up and down the court and guard three. The style of play that essentially right now is like causing all these injuries. I think it's going to limit that. I'm really optimistic about it, but I also think maybe we could expand the rosters. And realistically, we only need like 60 NBA games in a season, and then people aren't going to rest all these, and this will not be an issue any longer.
It's crazy. It goes from 82 games. They're not
going to do it, but in an ideal world.
Oh man, Charles Barkley would never. He would always be playing every single game, and he was a big boy. I mean, he wasn't that big back in the day, but like how he played was big. So yeah, I don't know. I digress. But no, we need to. Let's put a bow on this show, Ryan. This is a good one. This is a good one. Another good one. Our second show ever on the Foolish Club Media. If you are sticking with us throughout this entire time, thank you, Bronx Brawler, Chris, Ryan's mom, my mom, whoever's out there watching. We appreciate you all. If you haven't done so, please like the video. Make sure you do subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Give us a little repost, a like if you're over here there on X. And yeah, if you're on Spotify, feel free to chow down the comment section over there, whether if it's on YouTube or Spotify. I saw your message the other day, Bronx. I'm happy that you're happy. We have a Saturday show for you. It's all for you, Bronx. I tell you that. By the way, I don't know if you have seen the over on ESPN every once in a while, they have the cheese ball rolling down the hill. People go chase it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So Bronx, Craig in here, he's actually participated in that, and you might have seen the famous clip of this dude in the big green shirt, bald dude going down the hill, falling down multiple times, almost getting the cheese wheel. That's old Bronx. That's a stud. Awesome. He's a stout dude.
That is very cool.
Be my Valentine, Kramer. You know what? You know what? If it was supposed to be creepy, you didn't get it all the way truly there. I mean, I know Rocky would probably take it a little more overboard, and you already know Rocky would. But you know what, Craig? You can be my Valentine as well, man. But no, everybody have a great, happy, and safe Valentine's Day, whatever you do. But we will talk to you all next week. For Ryan Larson and myself, Kramer saying so. Take care and put a smile on your face because you don't know who's to see it to brighten up their day. Have a good one.